I'm Julie Wolf with IndieBio, and we're here with Founder Stories. This is where we learn a little bit about the technology behind and the motivation of the founders who are part of the IndieBio cohort. I'm joined today by Chiara Heidi, CEO of Brightcure, a femtech company which is revolutionizing women's intimate healthcare. Thank you for joining me, Chiara.
Hi, Julie. Thanks for having me.
Your personal story has made you a champion of women's intimate health. Can you talk a little bit about your own experience and how this motivated you to form your company?
Yeah, sure. So I personally suffered a lot from urinary tract infection that are caused by harmful bacteria that enter the bladder and cause an infection. However, I'm actually not alone. Every second woman worldwide suffers from these infections, and a lot of my friends and my family have suffered from it. And I was super frustrated with the whole treatment situation because urinary tract infections are basically treated by antibiotics, and there are not really any alternatives out there. Antibiotic resistance is now common in UTIs. And then what happens is that a lot of women basically enter the cycle where they constantly get these infections and obviously constantly take antibiotics, which is not a sustainable solution at all and really bad for your immune system and your vaginal flora and everything. And I was really frustrated with this situation. So, and I thought it's ridiculous because so many women are suffering. With my science hat on, started to look into alternative treatments.
Wonderful. Before we talk about your treatment, why don't we talk a little bit about that antibiotic regimen that you said that women are sometimes on? What happens, I imagine this is a systemic, like an oral antibiotic, so you're affecting the microbiota of the entire system and not just the vaginal tract, which is where the infection is. What happens to all of those microbiomes?
Yes, I mean, you name it, this is exactly the problem because the antibiotics basically destroy your whole immune system. They destroy your microbiome, your vaginal flora, which not only gives you a lot of side effects, but also makes it more likely that you just get another infection because you don't have the good bacteria in your intimate area anymore. So it's much more likely you get these bad bacteria basically infecting your intimate area and causing these constant recurrent infections.
And so Brightcure is bringing a new solution to fight these bacterial infections, which in fact involves using a bacterium. What can you tell me about the bacterium that underlies your technology at Brightcure?
Yeah, that's in fact actually super exciting because we basically found a good bacterium. So we use a good bacterium that fights these bad bacteria. It's not a bacteriophage, it's not another probiotic, it's actually completely novel solution. So this good bacterium naturally exists in healthy individuals, in humans, and in animals, and also in nature. So it's nothing we externally introduce, and it specifically fights the bad bacteria, but it does not affect the good bacteria. So it's perfect for the intimate care and intimate health because it basically rebalances your vaginal flora.
And so you said that this is a part of some people's natural flora. Some people carry this as part of their microbiome, but is there any risk of a side effect or infection of people by introducing this good bacterium through additional external products?
No, so there has been decades of research that has been conducted with this bacterium that we are looking at. And because it naturally exists in the environment and also in humans and animals, there's no associated risk with it. So there has been extensive animal research around it and also even testing it on different human cell lines. And there has been in any way no negative effect at all.
And you said that it fights or it eats or it kills. I'm not sure exactly what the correct language would be here, but it's going to kill these bad bacterium, but leave the good ones. Can you talk about what that means in the vaginal flora in particular and how this bacterium will promote vaginal health?
Yeah, sure. So yeah, that's exactly the super interesting point around it, because it basically eats the bad bacteria which cause these infections, these recurrent infections, like the E. coli bacteria who cause these UTI infections that normally come from the rectum and then travel to the front and basically infect the vaginal area. It eats these bad bacteria which cause these UTIs, but it does not affect the good bacteria, the lactobacillus bacteria that basically promote urinary tract health and promote the healthy intimate flora. So it is very targeted, and so if we apply it locally, it basically rebalance and improves vaginal health.
Very interesting. So how is Brightcure using this in a product that you will sell?
Yeah, so we are using this bacterium as a bioactive ingredient in our cream. So it will be an intimate cream, a cosmetic cream that women apply in their vaginal, externally in their intimate area. And basically our bacterium that is in that cream will basically stop transfer of these gram-negative bacteria and basically fights these bad bacteria, and therefore gives the good bacteria room to basically colonize the vaginal area again, and basically rebalances and promotes the good bacteria in the intimate area.
Very interesting. And how will people have access to this cream? How will you be selling it?
Yeah, so as I said, this cream will be sold as a cosmetic. So it will be a consumer product that women can easily access and easily will buy either on our website or in the pharmacy, so online or in shops.
And you mentioned your website. I know that you're doing a lot in order to change the conversation around intimate health. You want to destigmatize the conversation so that people can be a little more open and free about talking about this. Can you describe what that conversation looks like and let people know how they can take part?
Yeah, sure. So if anyone is interested, please visit our website. It's www.brightcure.co.uk. We have a newsletter there where people can sign up to get the latest updates on our product development and our product itself. We also have a list that you can join for a pre-launch notification, or also if you're really keen on the product, please reach out to us and register for this list, because you then can take part in the user trials and the clinical testing that we're aiming to carry out next year. And yeah, about the community aspect, that was really important for me, because I felt that there's not enough awareness around UTIs and actually also the daily suffering of women and what impact it has on their lives, and also the stress levels around it, and this burning sensation every time when you urinate. So it really has a big impact on women's life, and we felt it was important to basically raise awareness around it, and also educate women how important the vaginal flora is to boost your natural immune system in the intimate area to prevent these basically infections. And so we're doing interviews, and we're very open to any conversations. So if anyone wants to reach out and share their experience, I would love to hear from them.
Wonderful. And have you tried this product yet yourself?
I would love to. As soon as I can, I will.
So where are you in terms of formulation and developing this as a product that you yourself can use as well as provide to others who need it?
We're aiming to conduct user tests and clinical testing early mid next year, and we probably will have the product ready mid-end of next year. These are like the current timelines. So yeah, this is where we are. So we were just working on finishing up the proof of concept testing, and also finishing up the formulation work and the manufacturing site of the product.
Very exciting. And you say we, because of course you have a co-founder, Simon May, and some wonderful microbiologists on your staff. Can you talk about the Brightcure team?
Yeah, sure. Yeah, so there's Simon, who's my co-founder. Simon has been a long-term advisor of mine, and I thought he would be amazing for this journey, because he's also an expert in product design and has launched a range of different products, especially in the consumer space. So I'm very happy I have Simon on board. And then also, as you mentioned, we have some two microbiologists working in our lab. to advance the science, and obviously then also very experienced partners who help us on the manufacturing side and also on the formulation side and the cosmetic development side. So I'm also really grateful for having these advisors and clinicians who help us to bring product to market. And finally, last but not least, I'm the CEO. So I have a PhD in bioengineering and synthetic biology, have done my master's in chemical engineering, and have a lot of knowledge about UTIs.
I'm sure you've done a lot of studying in all of those areas in the last years. Now, I want to take a journey into the future and think about what Brightcure, what your intimate cream, and what the UTI landscape looks like in 5 to 10 years from now.
I hope that we have built a huge supportive Brightcure female crowd who uses our products, and that we can reduce their suffering and bring back happiness and joy to their everyday life with less stress and around having this burning sensation or itching in their intimate area. I hope that we are able to raise awareness for UTIs and UTI patients, because a lot of people, I think, are not aware actually how big the impact is on women's life suffering from this, literally every time when you go to the bathroom. And yeah, I hope that we raise this awareness that this product helps women feel more comfortable talking about it, and also being more comfortable with their body, and that we can educate people around the area as well and make them aware actually that antibiotics are not sustainable at all. I think we all know already quite well about this, but also how important the vaginal flora is to boost your own immune system to protect yourself from these recurrent infections.
Wonderful. Well, I wish you all the luck in helping to relieve the suffering of all of these millions of women who suffer from UTIs. Thank you so much for taking time out of your day to speak with me today, Chiara.
Thank you so much for your time and having me.
If you, our listener, are interested in more founder stories, be sure to visit indiebio.co/founder_stories. If you want to apply to be part of our future cohort, please visit indiebio.co/apply.